I'm going to be showing you my top 20 things that I don't want to see in GTA 6. All 20 of these are things that are on GTA 5 that I no longer want to be in GTA 6. Now, remember, all of these are my opinion, but also if you disagree with them, you're wrong. So bear that in mind. If there's anything I leave out, make sure to leave it in the comments. You might even have something that I've not thought of. And also, if you do disagree or agree with anything, let me know as well. Make sure to hit subscribe. Let's get right into number 1. Let's get the most obvious thing out of the way. The Mark II oppressor. This cannot be in GTA 6, at least from the start of the game anyway. A flying bike with missiles. I don't need to say anything else about this. You guys aren't stupid. You know why we don't want this in the game. Maybe 5 years down the line, when everyone gets bored, then yes, but definitely not from the start. Number 2 is Merryweather. I'm pretty sure that they are going to be in GTA 6. They seem to be carrying over a few things just from the teaser that we got. Whenever you get a Merryweather mission, you just know it's going to be unbelievable hard. It's just ridiculous how hard their missions really are. And the main reason is because they seem to have aimbot. I could be in a jet and there could be people on the floor and they will still shoot me and kill me instantly. It really is ridiculous. So I guess the issue isn't really Merryweather, it's more the fact that they have aimbot. Number 3, and I'm sure a lot of you people will agree with this, and it's free roam KD, a kill death ratio in free roam. I agree with it in team deathmatch. You can see who's winning in a battle, but in free roam, all it's going to do is encourage people to grief. If I've killed someone once and it comes up 1-0, they'll then go on to make it 80-1. Get rid of the feature. We don't need it. I need peace, please. Number 4, forced to play with other players. I'm a solo player, so GTA 5 can be a little bit frustrating because pretty much anything good on the game, you need to play with other players. At the very minimum, 2. For example, the Diamond Casino heist. The old heists, you need 4 players. The only good thing is Cayo Perico, and it's probably the most played heist because you can do it solo. I would love to do the Diamond Casino, but like I said, I'm a solo player. Number 5, this one depends on if there's businesses in the game, which there more than likely will be at some point. And that is a maximum amount of CEOs or MC Clubhouse players or whatever it's going to be called in GTA 6. And the reason for this is because the amount of lobbies I have to join and rejoin because I really want to be a CEO and grind my businesses. And I join a lobby and then I'm forced to leave the lobby because I can't physically become a CEO, to join another lobby where I'm forced to leave again, and it's just continuous. It's annoying, and I find it happening quite a lot. The next one might be a little bit controversial, and that is buying cars from websites. Now, even I don't fully agree with this one to an extent. I like the idea of having to drive to a dealership to get your car. Having said that, getting it from a website is super convenient, so maybe we have some sort of compromise where if you drive to a dealership, you get the car a little bit cheaper, or if you do buy it on a website, you have to pay for delivery to your garage or something like that. And if you don't, then you'd have to drive to the dealership to pick it up. It feels a little bit better than just buying it, waiting for it to be delivered to your garage. I don't know. Let me know what you think about that one. Number 7, crazy load times. We know GTA 5 was bad. All we can do is pray that GTA 6 isn't as bad. It probably will be. The game's going to be massive. Having said that, we do have faster consoles now. I don't want to sit in my chair while it's loading, turning into a skeleton because it's taking so long. Number 8, when GTA Online does get released, cross-platform not being in from the start. Stop screaming at me right now because I know you guys are thinking about PC. I don't want PC to be included in this. They can have their separate game, server, whatever it is. I want to see cross-platform on Xbox and PlayStation. The reason I'm not including PC is because of the modders. I play on PC myself and it's crazy. But I will be back on Xbox soon, which is why I want to see cross-plat between PlayStation and Xbox. Just brings everyone together in the same game, and it makes things easier for one of the things on the list later on, which I'll come back to. Number 9, which I think is quite popular, anyone from GTA 5 being in GTA 6, unless it's a quick cameo. Again, I don't want to see Trevor, Michael, Franklin return or for any sort of storyline to continue. GTA 5 is its own game. It's amazing, and that's how it should stay. Don't bring it into GTA 6. I want GTA 6 to be its own separate, completely brand new start. Having said that, it would be very cool to see a cameo from a few characters, but that would be it at the most. Number 10 is heists being in from the start of the game. I don't think this is going to be the case anyway, but just in case, I'm putting it on the list. being able to earn that sort of money from the beginning will probably kill the fun very quickly. Now, don't get me wrong, heists are fun, but if they're in the game and they're the best way to earn money, that's all everyone's going to be doing instead of enjoying GTA 6 for what it is. But again, at the start of GTA 5, there wasn't that much to do, but because of that, people was just having fun, just exploring, you know, jumping off cranes, doing things they wouldn't even do normally, playing races. But could you imagine if heists was already in the game then? Who knows, maybe I'm wrong. Let me know what you think. Number 11, can't believe this isn't in GTA 5, and I definitely don't want to see it in GTA 6, and that is cars without a speedometer. How do we not have cars with a speedometer in GTA 5? If you go into first person, you can see one on the dash, but it doesn't work. Most cars don't work properly, doesn't give you an accurate reading. In GTA 6, every single car you get into should have a speedometer that works. You should also have the option to put a HUD on your screen, like you see in Forza or things like that. But like I said, it's an option. If you don't want it, you don't have to have it. I think a lot of people would have it though, including myself. But the main reason is I want to see how fast I'm actually going, because most cars on this game feel like they do the same speed. Number 12 is any futuristic vehicle. Now, I know number 1 was the Mark II Oppressor. That deserves its own spot. That's exactly why I put it in its own spot. But number 12 is completely different because it includes vehicles like the Deluxo or the Trader or the Vigilante. Again, I wouldn't mind seeing them in a few years after people start getting a little bit bored and they can start introducing things like this. But from the beginning, the last thing I want to see loading into GTA Online is a Deluxo flying over my head, or even jets. Do you know what? Actually, jets I don't mind because you can steal them, but jets like the Hydra, if everyone's able to get one from the start, it's just going to be a griefing, crazy fest. Number 13, moving on from that, is bounties. I actually agree that we should have bounties, but only for players putting them on other players like we currently have. What I don't want to see is when I get in a random vehicle off the street and an NPC puts a bounty on me. There's nothing more annoying than that. Why is that a feature? Because now when I'm going to go into a GTA Online session, I'm going to get hunted down for the sake of it because I decided to rob an NPC's vehicle. The game's called Grand Theft Auto. It's just a super annoying feature that we don't need. Get rid of it. Number 14, arguably the most controversial one on the entire list, and that's snacks. I don't want to see snacks in GTA 6. I'm not going to lie. It's been really cool in GTA 5, and I think it's a good feature to have in GTA 5. Being able to heal yourself with them makes missions so much easier, and actually a must at times. But I don't know, man. They stop you from drowning. You can use snacks to stop yourself from drowning. Plus, I become very reliant on them. Again, let me know what you think of that one. I'm not even sure myself. At this moment in time, I'd say I don't want them in GTA 6. Number 15, being forced to play in a public lobby. You aren't actually forced to play in a public lobby in GTA 5 anymore. If you want to grind your businesses, you can in invite-only sessions. But at the start of the game, it wasn't like that. Not necessarily the start, it was a little bit further on. If you wanted to register as a CEO or an MC president so that you could grind your businesses and earn money, you had to do it in a public lobby. But bear in mind, if anyone sees you grinding businesses in a public lobby, they would go out of their way to grief you. So if we do have businesses in GTA 6 from the start, I want to be able to grind it in an invite-only session. And I've got a feeling that Rockstar are going to do it from the start. I think they've learned from GTA 5. I do think that they've learned that there's a lot of solo players, and I think they're going to be pretty nice towards solo players in GTA 6. Maybe that's my wishful thinking. Number 16, it's Simeon's 2-star wanted level. Simeon probably won't be in GTA 6, as we know. He might be, but I'm going to assume he's not. And it's not Simeon that's the problem. It could be somebody else in GTA 6 that has the same feature Simeon has right now. And that is when I go to rob a random car on the street, sometimes Simeon wants that vehicle and I'll get a 2-star wanted level. Again, it could be somebody else in GTA 6, but it's the same thing. I go to rob a car and I end up with a 2-star wanted level. This normally happens when I least need it to happen, especially when you combine it with the fact that you can't enter buildings unless you've lost the police. So I stole the car for convenience to get around the map quickly instead of walking or running, but now I have to go out my way to lose the police before I can do what I want to do. It's just too annoying, man. Please get rid of that feature. Number 17, nowhere to store your weapons. There are far too many weapons on the weapon wheel, and by having just something as simple as a gun lockup, which I can access at any time, I'm able to just have the right guns that I want on my weapon wheel. Maybe 2 or 3 pistols, 2 or 3 ARs as opposed to having 8 ARs, 8 pistols, 8 rocket launchers. It's just a lot. Maybe I'm alone on that one, but I would prefer to have a gun lockup and choose what I want on me. Number 18, getting pretty close to the end now. Again, this one depends on if you have businesses. It also applies to missions as well. But sell vehicles that are so slow. It normally gives you the slowest truck known to man, and it will ask you to travel from the bottom of the map to the top of the map. Now, if it does that in GTA 6, with the map being so big, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'll probably have a fork right next to me to stab myself in the eyes. Because it's going to be the same amount of pain as having to do that. I don't need to say anything else about that, because if you've experienced that, you'll know exactly what I mean. Especially with this game being 10 years old. I don't want to do that anymore, please. Number 19, and it links in with what I said earlier, and I'll come back to it. Lobbies that no one joins for like races and things like that. I love races, but trying to host a race match and have people in the lobby is impossible. It doesn't happen, and it hasn't happened for a very, very long time. The matchmaking definitely needs to improve with things like that, because there definitely are people that want to race, but it just doesn't seem to find them. I don't know. Well, this is why I said having Xbox and PlayStation together in the same game would be much better. So many more players on the same servers, so you're more likely to find players that are going to want to race and fill up lobbies if you want them filled up. The last one, number 20, the last thing I don't want to see in GTA 6 is no change to money. And what I mean by this is, for example, GTA 5, there's been a lot of inflation. Prices of vehicles going up, like the Mark II Oppressor is now $8 million, and everything on the websites has just gone up in price a lot. So it's a lot different from when the game first released. Now, when the game first released and you stole a vehicle off the street and you went to sell it, the absolute maximum you could get was $9,000. 10 years later, if you do the same thing, the absolute maximum you can get is still $9,000. How is things like this not changed? When the game first released, stealing a car off the street to sell it was actually pretty useful because it would take a long time to earn $10,000. Now, if you want to do it, you're just wasting your time. You literally are wasting your time. The other thing, for example, is like the money you get from races. It's the same as it was 10 years ago. For winning a very long race, you probably earn like $10,000, which back in the day was awesome. But now, you basically racing for free. It's that little. And it's probably a big reason why you can't find people that want to do races. So all I'm saying is, if there is an inflation in the market, they need to change everything else as well. Let me know what you think of the list. Am I being an idiot, or do you agree with some of the things on the list? Make sure to hit subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.